Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be playing some Ark Survival Evolved, arguably one of the most unoptimized games ever released, but a lot of people still enjoy it, myself included. Now, I am actually using the Windows 10 Windows Store version of the game other than the Steam version, and I'm playing on the PvE server, which is a cross-platform, so the lag isn't the best, but you get different choices for servers on the Windows Store version as well. But there are some slight differences as well in terms of the graphics settings. I'm playing with the Epic preset, but I have opted to disable light bloom. Light bloom makes it very hard to see when it's really bright, so I disable that. But apart from that, I've got everything else enabled, which is makes the game look good. Now, I've also increased field of view to the maximum as well. The only setting I'm not running is dynamic distant field ambient occlusion, as it does affect performance quite highly. So motion blur as well I'm going to disable, as I don't think it adds anything to the game. I'm sure you can agree. So Ark has been out for a little while now. It's done well for itself, it has to be said, but you know, it is still quite a mess the way it plays in some instances, but generally you can still have some good fun. So I'm actually playing right now with the Winter Wonderland 2019 update, so everything's a little bit different than the vanilla game. They've also introduced this thing called Chibi Dino, so I got a Chibi Berezina right now, but you can get like a Chibi version of pretty much every dino in the game, and you can kind of equip it as an accessory. I'm not sure what it can do for you. I don't think it can fight for you or anything like that, but I'll have to look into it a bit more. But right now I've got a Chibi Ferrazino that's equipped to me. It basically follows you around everywhere you go, which is kind of cute, I guess. Anyway, I've kind of just got back into the game. I haven't really got much at the moment. Someone was kind enough to give me an Argentibus, which is quite a high level, and it's helped me quite a bit. So right now I'm gonna go and try and get myself 2 dinos that I need to build. So you may as well just come along for the ride. So I'm gonna head over to the volcano area, because this is where you find these dinos. I think it's called the Ankylosaur and the Doedicurus. Those are the 2 dinosaurs I need to capture myself, so I can help farm stone and help farm metal as well. So every dinosaur, as if you don't already know, is good for something. So it's good to have these dinosaurs available to you. So you may also see some rubber banding, just like now, where the server catches up with itself due to the lag and you kind of skip back. So there's going to be quite a lot of that, unfortunately. The ping on this server is quite high, over 100 unfortunately, and when a lot of people are playing it, it's even worse. So it's nothing to do with my internet particularly, but at least I'm giving you guys a fair representation of Ark Survival Evolved. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. You can experience frustration, so that's why most people say the best way to play the game is single player. You won't have any server issues, but at the same time it's kind of a lonely game when there's no one around in the server to talk to, or you know, interact with. Overall though, the performance isn't too bad. You may see me running my i9 at 5.2 gigahertz. I'm thinking, what the hell is that about? Well, I've actually put it to 5.2 gigahertz, but I've also enabled AVX, so AVX -1, so under very high loads or some particular instructions, it will drop down to 5.1, so you can see the fluctuation between 5.2 and 5.1. I'm not too sure if Ark even uses AVX instructions, but if you're wondering why the core speed is fluctuating, that's the reason why. 5.2 with AVX instructions is a little bit too much for my chip, but 5.2 with AVX -1, that's actually a possibility for me. So this is how I'm going to run my system for now. It does take 1.45 volts to stabilize, but I've got quite exotic cooling, and this chip can actually take up to 1.52 volts, but that's the absolute max recommended by Intel before you break anything. So I'm at the absolute limit pretty much of what you'd want to run the voltage at for an everyday overclock. So I'm looking around for Diodicarus or Ankylosaur. Can't see anything yet. They like to be in these kind of mountainy areas. So I'm just gonna have a look around for one. I don't really care how high the level is as well. The higher the better, of course, but it just takes a bit longer to tame. But I've got everything I need to tame one. So let's just have a look around. Wild Argentavis, they will attack you if you get too close, but generally they kind of mind their own business. But I've got a high level Argentavis, so I've got nothing to worry about. So you'll see them in these funky colors as well, because it is Christmas. It is the Winter Wonderland update, so you get all of these funky kind of Christmas colors that you can see here, which people like to capture because then they can breed like exotic color dinos. So everyone's there's something in it for everyone. So still haven't found what I'm looking for so far. So you'll see a lot of this in the game. So for those who are not familiar, when you kind of build stuff in Ark, if you don't return in a certain amount of days or hours, things start to disappear, just so it's a little bit, it just opens up the game for new players who may wish to build in that area. And that's the way the game kind of governs the space, should I say, because you can't build your base or anything close to where someone else is building, so it can cause issues if someone isn't even playing the game anymore and they still hold a lot of the space. So there's a lot of predators around here. I'm seeing a lot of carnivores. I haven't seen one Ankylosaurus yet, so just gotta keep looking out, I guess. You will see T-Rexes around this area as well. There's one over there. I could probably catch that if I wanted to, but I'm not in the market for a T-Rex right now. I'm trying to build a base, so I need to get all of the dinos that will help me do that first before I do anything else. So one thing I've noticed about the Steam version, it's got more field of view, and it's generally got better settings for the game, so it looks better. But with the Windows version, it's like they've kind of reduced. The Epic preset isn't the same as what the Epic preset is on the Steam version, so there is slightly less draw distance, and a few other things, like the mesh detail isn't as thick. Even when you put it to maximum, you still kind of don't have as much detail as you would on the Steam version. So overall, I would say the Steam version looks better, but I found that the Windows Store version is far more stable. You get very rarely crashes, whereas my Steam version crashes pretty much all the time. It was pretty much unplayable, so I just don't play the Steam version anymore, which is annoying because I've even got an ascended character on that, because I've actually beat the game with that version of the game, so I'm a bit annoyed about that, to be honest. There's I think that's an Allosaurus there. Don't need one of those, but I will keep my distance, so it will attack me. Still no Ankylo or Dodicarus. I don't know where these things are hiding, but they're a lot harder to find than I initially thought it would be. Been flying around for a little while now, and even though I'm in their habitat, I can't find any of them. There's usually quite a few around these areas. So that's one of the caves that you can do to get progress for the boss fights, but I'm not into doing that right now, so I'm going to avoid that. Okay, let's keep moving. So yeah, again, sorry about the rubber banding. There's nothing really I can do about the server. Yeah, well, we found an Ankylosaurus at least. It's getting attacked by a saber cat, but it's doing well to kill it. So I'm gonna let these guys. Well, I'm gonna influence the decision. So I'm gonna kill the saber cat without hurting the Ankylosaurus. So the saber cat's been killed. I'm gonna kill everything else around this area as well, because I don't want them interrupting my me taming that though the ankylosaur. I should be able to kill these things fairly easy because I'm quite a high level. Anyone who brings it will just get destroyed. Okay. One more scorpion. Okay. I think that's about everything. So I'm just gonna see what level this is first and foremost. It's a level 125, which isn't bad. So I'm gonna try and tranquilize this now. Make sure there's no other predators around, because when these scorpions poison you, it's not good. I'm gonna try and tranquilize this. I'm trying to run now, but that's 2, 3, 4. Ow, that pretty much hurt. I don't want to get hit too close to my... I don't want to get... Okay. The goddamn Argentivus that's trying to get involved. I gotta take that out very quickly. Don't mind fighting that because I know I'm gonna win. Right, let's turn around. Take the head on. I hate Argentivus, the wild ones anyway, when they just interrupt what you're doing. I don't have too much health left. I'm way stronger than it. One more hit should do it. That's it. Alright, let's get back to taming this Ankylosaurus. Oh, not too sure what's going on here. I'm just like bouncing around. Come on, just fall asleep already. It's trying to run away now, so I know it's close to falling asleep. Quite a high level, so it's pretty resistant. My character's starving, so I need to eat. Only got 10 more darts left, so this thing really needs to fall asleep. Hopefully it does. It's tough, very, very resilient. You can't have too much left in you. Please do not hit my dino because it will kill you. Honestly, you don't want to do that. Just fall asleep. It's not so bad. Man, this thing's tough. Look at all that armor around it that's protecting it. I've got 4 shots left. It's got to go down. Come on, go down already. How much more do you need? Okay, 1 shot left. Ah, the last shot took it down. Can you believe it? I got lucky there. That was my last bullet. Okay, so in Ark, the best way to tame a dino, and somehow this is at level 1. I'm pretty sure it was level 125 before. I don't know what's happened there. It doesn't matter anyway. I just need one of these. So the best way to tame one of these is to let it starve. And oh, it is level 125, but when you look at it from here, it's level 1. But when you actually go to it, it's level 125. So that's pretty strange. Anyway, so it's got a food limit of 8,400. The best way to tame one of these is to let it starve and then put loads of food in it, and then it will eat pretty much straight away. The good thing about the Winter Wonderland update is that it has double taming. So I'll get twice the amount of taming speed as normal. So that will help. But now my issue is I'm just going to need to protect this from any oncoming predators. So you can see there's a scorpion down there. I'm going to mark this area with like a fire or something, so I can find it easily. When it comes to nighttime and things like that, it's quite hard to track your dinosaurs when you're taming them, so it's good to make like a fire or even a standing fire one next to it so you can kind of easily find it. I'm gonna chop down loads of wood. Keep running into my chibi dino, it makes me bounce up and down. Just a few more bits of wood should do it. Okay, so I don't see why I won't be able to build around this area. So I'm gonna place this down. But it won't let you build around here, saying that the area is obstructed somehow. So that one's gone out the window. Let's see if we can put down this. See, this will have to do there. So just put 139 wood there, and we'll keep the fire going at night time. But right now, it's all about defending this area. So I'm gonna just have a look around for any predators and just take them out. Doesn't seem to be anything in the area, to be honest, but can't be too careful. Raptors and stuff roam around here, T-Rexes, all of that kind of stuff, so you gotta be careful. So far so good. Can't see any perceivable threats in the area. There is another bloody Argentibus that wants to fight. Well, that's fine, I don't mind fighting it, because it won't win. Just turn around and head straight at it. Turn around again and go straight for it. That's what I want to keep doing until I take it down. There you go, all down. Oh, there's a scorpion there. Let's just take that out, because you never know. So the game's lag. This is what happens when the lag is so high that you can't even do anything until the server catches up. Everyone who's played Ark knows what I'm talking about. It's horrible. Let's finish this off. And there's a saber cat here as well, 2 of them. But these guys are going to cause me some issues a bit later on, so it's good to take them out now. Right, so that's 2. And an Argentibus. So I've got a lot of meat on them. I may as well cook that up. 2 ankylosaurs over here. But I don't need one because I've got taming a high level one right now. The kangaroo over there. That could be an issue. Let's just take it out. Alright, I think that about covers it. I think the area is pretty safe now. There is another Argentibus over there. I might as well just take it down. around to take it out. I like the new model of the Argentivis. The first model was far less agile than it is now. It's a shame that you can't buff the movement speed. Even if it was by a few percent, this would make it an amazing flyer, but it's very, very slow. For long journeys, it's going to take a long time. But it's got absolutely amazing carrying weight. Plus it can pick up other dinosaurs as well that are pretty small. So I think one more strike should do it. You can see it's getting pretty dark now. Okay, it might be time for me to light that fire. One more strike will probably do it. There we go. Argentivis only eats dead meat, which is a bit strange, so you do have to kill things to feed it. You can't just put meat into its inventory and then feed it. It won't eat it. So yeah. Interesting dinosaur, one of my favourite birds on the game, and it's absolutely huge. If Argentivis was still around today, it would be snatching them more than a few babies out of the sky, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm gonna light this flame now, and I may as well cook some meat actually. Let's just take some of this meat that I've just been saving up. And get this thing cooking. So this is slowly starting to starve. Let's see how far we are with that. It's done 250 points of its food. This is going to take a long time, so I may edit a lot of this out just to keep you guys interested. But generally Ark plays pretty well on the Windows version. It just doesn't look as good as the Steam version, unfortunately. I need to get my character a haircut. We need to get some obsidian, and I think you can get that on top of the volcano, so that might be something I might go and do now. I'm gonna try and I don't have the kind of navigator with me, so you can exactly know exactly where you are, but by the eye I kind of can see that I'm at 44, possibly 52-44 pretty much. So this is where I need to come back to finish taming my Ankylosaurus. I'm gonna leave it there. Doesn't seem to be anything that can kill it around, so let's go and get some whatever that stuff's called, which will allow me to make some scissors. So I'm gonna do that now, as there's nothing really else to do at the moment. So I'm going to try and stay in a straight line, that way I won't lose anything. Another thing what's annoying, you'll have a lot of people just talking on a server, and sometimes the conversations is just funny to read, but you can't hide general chat. As far as I'm aware, you can't just hide that all the time. If there is a way to do that and anyone knows, please let me know. For when I'm making videos like this, it would be quite useful then, you guys having to put up with any garbage that anyone else is writing. So I'm looking for obsidian now. It's the really dark black stones. When you see them, you'll know them, and if you mine those, you'll get obsidian, which is very, very, very heavy. But luckily for me, I have a dino that's got an amazing amount of weight. If I remember correctly, there should be some around here somewhere. Unless someone's recently came and mined it all. Getting pretty dark, and that's what I'll torch out. This place used to be filled with metal and obsidian. I don't know if they've changed it in the updates of the game, or someone's recently came around and mined it possibly. but there's nothing around it. It's been picked clean. But that sucks. Just having a look around to see if there's any around on the floor coming up. There's gotta be some around here somewhere. Thing is, you can't get obsidian everywhere. It's quite a rare mineral on this game. Only specific areas will have it. And the mountain's definitely one of them. The volcano is definitely one of them. Doesn't seem to be any around here. Okay, well, we'll leave that alone for now. Let's just go back to my Ankylosaurus I'm trying to tame. So this is why it's good to make fires. That way you can kind of mark where you are. So I can see my Ankylosaurus in the distance now. It makes it far more easier. So there is a Argentibus that's flying around here. A bit too close to my liking, so I'm going to take it out. See how tough it is. A bit harder to do this in the dark. Pretty sure that one's wearing I thought it was wearing a Santa hat for a minute. It's just got a red frill. This stuff must be a high level. Come on, this thing is tough. Level 90, that's probably why. Okay, thank you for the hide. Let's see where we're getting with that. Oh, hell no, man. See, a saber cat just came and killed my Ankylosaurus, so yeah, that didn't work out. That sucks. But this is why you have to be around to protect your dinosaurs when you're trying to tame. There are some more around that can always come back and get. So for now, I'm just gonna abandon this little quest of mine and make some more darts. So note to self, always come with a little more tranquilizers than 23. So now I need to find my way back to my base in the darkness. But I know the island pretty well, so it shouldn't be too hard. So I live pretty close to the red obelisk. As long as I fly in this direction over the mountain, I should end up at my base. So that's what I plan on doing. I'll make some more tranquilizers and then I'll try again another time. But as you can see, performance is pretty good. You're actually able to almost keep 60 frames per second at 4K using epic settings, which wasn't the case a long time ago. But then again, there wasn't any cards as fast as the RTX 2080 Ti either, so there's that too. I think Ark could have achieved so much more. I don't know if it's because of the Unreal Engine that was used. I mean, if this was built on Unreal 4, maybe they would have less issues. So Raptor Claws is around. So what Raptor Claws is, it's like this flying center that's been pulled by basically reindeer, and it's like a raptor in the Santa hat that's delivering presents in the sky. And in the presents there's quite rare stuff, chibi dinos and things like that, but as you can imagine, the drops are quite highly contested, so it is quite the scramble to get one. And you'll often find that you're queuing up with someone on the floor and it's just who's quicker on the draw to get the stuff. And it can cause quite a lot of arguments. I've seen some very, very funny arguments going on when someone loses the Santa drop to someone else that's with them at the same time, so it's all good fun. At the end of the day, it's just a game. So what you'll do, you'll see these gold drops in the air, and that's generally raptor claws just flying over you, and it drops everything in a straight line. So if you've got something fast like a wyvern and there's not too many people on the server, you can pretty much get everything yourself if you're lucky enough. So anyway, my base is just over here, so I'm gonna wait my way back, and I'll call it a day. Hopefully you guys have taken something from this video, how the game performs now on the Windows version at least. Can't even see Raptor Claws. He's usually pretty close by to the middle of the game, and you see all of these gold packages dropping down, but I can't see anything, so you have to really look for him if you want to find him. Anyway, my base is down here. I'm gonna land. I'm still building it at the moment, so it's nothing special. I'm just going to put my Argentivis up here away from any danger. So I do have some other dinos. I've got like a Triceratops, which I just use for security really. I also have a Raptor. This is what I use to kind of get around when I don't want to fly. And I have a Triceratops, I mean a Stegosaurus, sorry, that I use for farming berries. And I need to make a lot more tranquilizers, so these are the berries I need. I'm gonna upgrade its melee. This helps with the amount of berries it can farm. Anyway, I'm gonna go back into my base now and call it a day. So that is pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.